If you want to find your passion, then you need to say yes more. When you're a passionate person, when you find your passion, you have this energy about you that is absolutely contagious. It inspires the people around you. If you're an entrepreneur, when you're passionate about the thing that you do, you will stand out to your customer because of the energy that you bring to your business every single day. And, to be honest with you, as entrepreneurs, we have a lot of tough days when things don't go right. And it's our passion that keeps us going day in and day out. Now, the problem is a lot of people don't know what their passion is. They think that it's this esoteric thing that is not accessible for people, that it's only limited to writers and artists. But the truth is, all of us could find our passion. All you need to do is say yes more. I see this over and over again in my coaching practice where people come to me and they say, Lily, I want to find out what I'm passionate about, because apparently when you're passionate about something, you're a lot more successful and you could start a business around it. I said, great. I love it. I'm a very passionate person, and I'm doing a business that I have a lot of passion for, which is why I keep doing this over and over again. So just the other day, I was coaching someone who wanted to find his passion. So he's a software developer, and he likes his job, but he knows that there's a lot more to life than what he's doing right now. So he asked me, he's like, I really want to find my passion. It's like, sure. Okay. Well, what do you like doing? He didn't know. He says, I go to work, I go home, and that's it. And I daydream about having this passion and I can't find it. I was like, you know what, young man, he is a young man. He's only 21 years old. Like, young man, you need to start saying yes more. And he's like, well, that seems like an easy thing to do. Say yes more. What am I going to say yes to? I said, you're going to start saying yes to things that you're curious about, that you haven't tried yet. Just say yes. It's like, what are the 3 things right now that you're curious about that you haven't said yes to? So he named 3 things. He named filmmaking, breakdancing, and cooking. I was like, great. Say yes to all of those things. He's like, you know what? The other day, a friend of mine asked me if I wanted to go do some breakdancing. And I was thinking of saying yes, but I thought it was kind of weird. So I don't know. I was like, say yes. Say yes. What's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is you don't like it and you move on to something else. But it's much better than worrying about, what if I did try it? Maybe something good might have come out of it. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking that if I start saying yes to so many things, wouldn't that be a waste of my time? To a certain extent, but you know what? When you say yes to things that makes your heart race, that makes you curious, that makes you a little bit afraid too. I like that too. When you're afraid to say yes to something because you're curious about it, but you're afraid of judgment, say yes to that right away, because it shows to you, to yourself, that it's something that's important to you, that you want to try, but you're afraid of judgment. So I'm going to use myself as an example. Okay. So, oh my goodness, how long has it been? 12 years ago, probably 12 years ago. 12 years ago, I said yes to salsa dancing. Okay. Salsa dancing. So one of my friends wanted to go take some salsa classes. I was like, sure, let's go do it. And I was really bad at it. I was afraid of judgment, but I'm like, I'm just going to do it because this is something that I've been wanting to do. I'm curious about it. We'll see. I went to my first class. I was a terrible dancer. I was the worst dancer in the room. And I wasn't even thinking about making it into a profession ever. And then I went back again and I tried it again and again and again. And eventually I started getting the hang of it. And that one class turned into 12 years. And as a result, I was able to perform with the top dance teams, and I got to travel. I got to meet different people. I became an instructor, and I started earning money while being a dance teacher. And while I was a dance teacher, I couldn't believe that I was getting paid to do something that I would do for free because I was so passionate about it. And that's the thing, when you say yes to things, don't immediately think to yourself and judge and say, what if I can't make money from this? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just say yes and try it. Because to be honest with you, there are lots of ways of making money, and people have made money in much stranger ways than the thing that you're going to say yes to. So just say yes to the things that you're curious about, things that make your heart pound and heart race, and don't judge it. Don't start making judgments like, how am I going to make this money and make money out of this? How am I going to make this into a business? Don't even worry about it. Just say yes. Okay. All right. At this point, obviously I'm very passionate about it. At this point, I'm going to walk over to the chat to see what you guys have got. If you have any questions, let me know. That'll be fabulous. Okay. Where is my chat? Okay. Yeah, if you guys have any comments, concerns. At this point, I'm going to walk over to the chat. Oh, goodness. There you go. I didn't have my chat box ready to go. It is a Friday night. See who's on. Oh, look at that. We got Emmanuel Garcia in the house. Hello, Emmanuel. So nice to see you. Almost I broke this. So Emmanuel is saying, stop assuming, try in capital letters. Capital letters, he's saying try. Emmanuel Garcia is also saying you can waste time and money, but you could also waste great opportunities if you say no often. Yeah, you know what? That's the truth, right? I always recently, this is a different topic, but recently I started really looking at things through the lens of regret. If I feel like I'm going to regret not knowing what if, I'm going to just say yes. I'm going to say yes and just do it. And yes, you could waste some money, but you know what? Take small risks though. Okay, here's the thing. I know guys. I know where you're thinking. You don't want to say yes to something that will break your bank completely. You don't want to say yes to things that could potentially put you in danger. You don't want to say yes to things that could potentially hurt other people. I'm talking about saying yes to things that you're curious about, like dancing, like cooking, flower arrangement, furniture making, jewelry making, which is all the things that I did, that I said yes to. And you know what? I spent some money on it, but in the end, I had a lot of fun doing it and I acquired a lot of skills as a result. I know how to make jewelry and I also know how to use saws. I forgot what the word was. I know how to, cut wood really well. And I know how to renovate my home. And that's because I said yes. And it was not a giant waste of my money and time. I still acquired a lot of skills and I had fun doing it. So if you're going to regret something, just say yes. Say yes. I know you want to. All right, good. Who else we got? Oh, look at that. It's a party. It's a party on a Friday night. Okay, we got Tracy. Tracy is in the house. The fear and be your friend. I recently learned this from someone, and it's a great way to look at it. I use it to my advantage. And Joe Rotundo is saying yes, opportunities wouldn't have to do it if you say no. Yeah, it's true, right? You just never know. That's a thing, right? And also, here's another thing, guys. If you put a lot of expectations and a lot of pressure on the thing that you're saying yes to, things might not work out well. It's like going on a date, right? If you're going on a date with someone that you have never dated before, you're not going to be saying like, yeah, this is the one. This is the person I'm going to marry. They're going to have my babies and we're going to live happily ever after. You don't do that. You're curious. You think like, okay, this person's kind of cute. I'm going to go on a date with them and see how things go. And then eventually you fall in love or not, or you realize that that person's not for you. You move on to something else, right? So not having too much expectations and pressure on the things that you're saying yes to is also going to help you. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. And as a Friday night, you guys got to hang out and dance and do whatever it is that you guys are doing. I'm going to leave you with this. Is whatever that makes your heart race and you feel curious about, just say yes. Just say yes. And that's what I want you guys to do over the weekend. Have fun this weekend. Today's Friday night. Have some fun over the weekend. Say yes to more things. And you never know. You never know, because one thing is going to lead to another. You're going to discover a lot about yourself. And then as a result, you're going to find what you're passionate about. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. And I'll see you guys tomorrow afternoon, probably, for another edition of Coach's Corner. Bye-bye, guys.